former chairman of the NDC. Galamsey, President Akufo-Addo said he was putting his presidency on the line to fight Galamsey. After 8 years, Galamsey has won. Yeah. You have promised that you are going to fight Galamsey. You haven't put the presidency or anything on the line, but you said you would fight it. 7 months in, we are not seeing much of a change. We are still seeing the same problems. Even though you're fighting in one way or the other, the Galamsey appears to be winning again.
It tells you how intractable the problem is. You know, when something starts, you can use force to quell it. But when it gains momentum up to a certain point, the same methods that you could have used to quell it in its nascent state are not the same methods that you can use to deal with it when it is blown up the way Galamsey is blown up now. So I'm sure you are not suggesting that nothing is being done about it.
No, something is being done.
Work is being done about it. And we hope to be able to find solutions.
We can rely on hope.
I don't subscribe to the declaration of state of emergency as some other people are suggesting. I don't subscribe to that at all, because in your frustration, you can call for certain measures that when we begin implementing, you can live to regret. I'm not sure many people who are calling for a state of emergency have actually lived under a state of emergency before. Because if your intention is to deal with Galamsey and you declare state of emergency means you have suspended the Constitution. People can shoot and kill at will. How you guarantee whether those who will be shooting and killing are the ones who are fighting against Galamsey is another matter. So I am urging people to reason with us and bring up more suggestions for us to be able to tackle the menace. I have always maintained that it will be, I'm not sure I will support anybody who thinks that mining must be stopped in this country.
But when you were in opposition in 2024, there was a clarion call for a state of emergency. The organized labor said there should be state of emergency. I don't think NDC officially issued a statement supporting, but I know elements within your party who were supporting the state of emergency because you believe that that was the best way out of the mess. Now you are holding the steer and you don't want to press the button? Is that not double standard?
You have answered the question. You say you are not aware of any statement, official statement from NDC supporting the declaration of state of emergency. But you are aware of elements within the party who supported that call. Are we to run the party or government according to the voices of some elements or according to our official positions? It's another matter we have to look at. Because a party is not a command institution where leadership will determine what each and every member of the party says. Okay, but there is always the official line of the party. We have elaborated the policies and measures that we will follow in trying to resolve this Galamsey menace, and we are working at those measures.
But
I don't believe that if a party is campaigning and somebody, maybe a party member or something, goes somewhere to say that I support the declaration of state of emergency, that binds the party to declare state of emergency. But I know we supported the repeal
of the
LI, which has not been done yet. And I'm one of the people who believe that it must be done.
So you would have it repealed?
I will support any effort to have it repealed.
But you see
if I say I have it repealed, I will have it repealed. It's like I am going to repeal it. I'm not the one who
you
will
tell
repeal
your
it.
chief whip
But
to whip your MPs
that's why
in
I'm
line.
saying that I will support that effort, because it is a clear promise that we made, and we must.
But you see, the thing with the state of emergency, if you didn't support it, why didn't you publicly say, no, we agree with President Akufo-Addo, he's not declaring state of emergency, and we stand with him. But you left him, and it's part of the reasons he lost, and you benefited from that.
How did you know that? Because we did not support the declaration of state of emergency, or we supported state of emergency that led to Akufo-Addo losing. President Akufo-Addo has messed up this country big time,
including
so
Galamsey.
Yeah, it's part of it, but it is not. His defeat is not attributable to just one statement that has been made or not been made. But I think that the Galamsey issue is bigger than anybody anticipated. Because you see, when in medicine, you have a medication that can protect you from contracting a disease. But once you contract the disease and the disease blows up, you can't take a prophylactic medication to cure the disease, because the disease is already inside you. Okay, so when you look at this possibility of declaring state of emergency, so what do you do next? You announce state of emergency, and then
you cease all mining until further notice, until we see some sanity, until we regularize. So ban mining. It's not going to be a state of emergency for Ghana. It's for mining areas. Do not mine until we know our left from our right. Is that too much to ask?
Who is going to enforce it? You are going to empower soldiers that when they go to mining area, they can shoot and kill people who are engaged in mining. That is precisely what it amounts to.
People will be told not to go and mine.
But are they not, the task forces, are they not telling people not to go and mine? Even with the law. There are laws there now that prevents this mining. You understand? But the mining is taking place in spite of that. You need to understand why is it the case. Is it the case that there are no laws? Then you look for other laws. Is it the case that the laws are there but they are not being respected? Then the solution will be to find out why they are not being respected and then try to address it from that angle. But you say that, okay, even the laws that exist are not being respected, so let's remove the laws and the application of the Constitution completely. And then you send the same security people who have been trying to enforce the laws with minimal resources. You now send them to go and kill everybody who is in the mining area. What do you think will happen to this country?
So you don't agree with that?
You have to find a better ways of doing it. I have always been of the opinion that, look, extracting minerals is not a bad idea. It's a legitimate economic activity. But if you extract the minerals wrongly, it can bring in challenges that are more costly than the value you gain from the mineral extraction.
So stop the people doing the extraction.
Precisely, but preventing them is not the same way, the same thing as stopping them. Somebody has allowed them and they are deep in the thing wrongly. Okay. How do you get them out of the place and help them to do the things rightly? That is the challenge. Okay. But if you say that, okay, those who are in there wrongly, go and shoot and kill everybody there until you finish everybody who is doing that thing, I don't think that even the human rights institutions and other things across both within and outside the country will permit it.
What would you say to someone watching us who says...
We have the challenge that is developing now. It is beginning to look like cocaine in South America. Okay. you see, if you apply a certain force up to a certain level, it can harden the people to begin developing quasi-militias and declaring territories for themselves and being ready to confront the state and all that. So it is not a simple thing. Otherwise, Colombia and co dealing with cocaine,
they would have finished it.
They would have finished it a long time ago.
Chairman, what would you say to someone watching us who says Johnson Asiedu Nketia and his party are neck deep in Galamsey? That's why they are not able to fight it. The same accusation that your members put against President Akufo-Addo. Your vice chairman, Mr. Abanga, and your national organizer, Joseph Yamin, are being investigated by the Attorney General over illegal mining issues. They have denied it anyway. But based on that, people would say, oh, NDC is now doing Galamsey, so they cannot fight Galamsey.
So if anybody gets up and say that you are a murderer and no court, and so you are subject to investigation, then we conclude that you are a murderer. That is not how democratic systems work. When they were named, did you hear any NDC official statement